Vickers, Vickers Tactical Channel. This is part one of the Wilson Combat 1911 upgrade video. And we got a part two coming after this thing goes to Wilson's for those guys to work their magic. Okay, where did this come about? We got a lot of millennials, a lot of other people that are getting 1911s through the CMP program that have never had 1911s before, and they don't really know anything about upgrading them. Guys like me been messing around with these pistols for a year. To us, it's second nature. Newer shooters, it's not. So I got with my buddies at Colt, my good buddy Justin Baldini, knew they were bringing out this particular model, a pre-series 70 reproduction. I figured this would be a great base gun for this, and I'll also talk to my good friends at Wilson Combat about, hey, let's send this gun off to Wilson's and have them tweak it so people watching this video, getting their 1911 for the first time, kind of know what path to take or what options are available to get one of these things customized. All right, as far as the base gun goes, this is a blued Colt 45 ACP 01911C for classic. They're also going to do it in stainless. They're going to do it in 38 Super. It has what we call the pre-series 70 slide markings, the old commercial government model slide markings, which were very appealing, both left and right side. They're bringing this back out as kind of a traditional model. It'll be a great base gun for you to customize if you want to buy a new Colt. Now, one of the differences this has that the older pre-series 70 didn't have, this has a stainless national match barrel. By all accounts, they shoot great, so that'll alleviate the need for Wilson's to put a match barrel on it. That's good because that would definitely help the budget. Okay, the MSRP on these pistols is $899. So I'm going to use that $899 as the baseline and go to Wilson Combat and essentially spec out $899 worth of work on these guns. And that means we're going to have to be pretty frugal on everything we're doing. You can spend a fortune on one of these, I'm sure, as many of you know. But we want to make sure that we get the key things that we need, and maybe some of the frills get checked off the list. One, you got to have sights you can see in limited and low light. If you're using this thing as a range toy, that's a little bit different than using it for self-defense, where you may have to pick up the pistol in the middle of the night and defend yourself. So you got to have sights you can see. I'm a big fan of having a beaver tail. This has a standard USGI 1911 A1 style grip safety, which is perfectly functional, but not super comfortable for long range sessions. So beaver tail is definitely on my list. The grips I can probably live with. This has a flat plastic serrated mainspring housing. The original pre-series 70 from back in the day was arch steel serrated. This is perfectly functional. May or may not swap it out. Non-beveled magazine well. The pre-series 70 from back in the day did not have a beveled magazine well either, so that's going to have to be addressed. The trigger on this one's not bad. 1911 triggers out of the box can be kind of a roll of the dice. They're easily tuned, but if you've got a decent trigger, it might be a way for you to save a little bit of money. All right, now front strap on this is smooth like a standard government model. Problem is when it gets hot, sweaty, your hands are sweaty, it can slip in your hand. Not sure we're gonna have the budget to be able to checker it, so that's something we're gonna have to look into. Now, we wanna hear your comments on what we should do to the two pistols. Plan A, Plan B. We want to hear your input on what you think we should do, and we'll see if it's going to fit the budget between the two. Maybe your comment could tip the scale one way or the other on the fan favorite for this particular handgun. Remember, before Wilson Combat ever made their own slides and frames and complete pistols, they customized Colts and Springfields and other pistols that customers would send in. That's how they started back in the day. So this is nothing new for them. We're about ready to light this thing up. 45 ACP Colt pre-series 70 reproduction. We're going to give you a baseline for you to see what it looks like before we get to part two. Stay tuned.